It's taking forever. There we go. Hello, Texas Steampunk Night. I can't speak anymore. Texas Steampunk Connection coming to you live from various parts of Texas in our bunkers and airships and whatnot.
Hello.
Once again, attempting to talk steampunk. I am Flavio as usual, and with me I have Thax and Jack. Say hello, guys.
Hello.
Hello, guys.
Yes, it's yet another Tuesday night, and we have decided to get online and go live and talk to you fine fellows and ladies and gentlemen and others. So, as usual, I'm start off. I am still drinking the same beers I had last time. The French Quarter Temptress of Imperial Milk Stout. It's really good. This will be the last week of this one. I will have something new next time.
Sweet.
What are you guys drinking?
Flavio, I want to say it's very clear that you drink like once every 2 weeks.
Exactly. It's very clear.
Oh, that's an interesting way of putting it. Yes, because how long has it taken you? Like, we've done 4 of these. Have you had the same drink, or did you have like something different the first episode? I gotta go check now.
I had something different the first episode.
Okay. So we have it. That was the last
baseball. I had the baseball theme one.
And now he's got a full 6-pack, and apparently he's drank 2. If I can do math.
That's right.
No, 3.
Well, when I was out of town, I went. When I was out of town, I went and got that other one that was cherry that I didn't like, which I still have in my fridge. So
okay, there we are. He had to switch off on that time. Gotcha. All right. Well, I'm moving on to something a little different. Not exotic by much, but I've gone with the Dos Equis today with a lime.
Dos Equis.
Because I'm trying to be more interesting these days. So here we go.
I'm sorry, friend. Dos Equis is not interesting.
That's what the lime is for.
Lime is what you put in beer that is not good.
Yes, exactly. Like, right. I like, obviously, weirdly enough, I've been drinking Corona lately, and I do like Corona now. I don't
also
know if
not
it's
interesting.
Yeah, I know. If it's not literally darker than a horse dung, you're not going to drink it. I get it, but
that's pretty much true.
It's got to be strained through rabbit pot. No, moving on. No, that's what I'm drinking is basically carbonated water with like a squirt of alcohol and citrus.
So it might be good for you then.
Yeah, it's not a meal like yours is.
Dax, what are you drinking?
If you remember last episode, I made fun of Jack for drinking water, which I don't even think he was drinking. But we all got a good laugh at the thought of drinking water because that is a hideous drink. And this week I am drinking water with a lime in it because water is bad. Like
seltzer.
Like crappy beer. I am
cheaper.
drinking water because I am on antibiotics because of a grievous head wound that I took on Saturday. Walking through the creek in my backyard.
Come up with a better story. He was.
Dax fell down. Go boom.
Yeah. He was taking avenging of something. He was avenging something. He was going to smite, just smited.
I was learning to fly, and I understood you throw yourself at the ground and miss.
I fly. I pilot.
I'm a better shot than I thought, and I didn't miss.
I'm glad you're still with us. Because if you did miss, we'd have to send NASA or Space Force after you.
I have enough steel staples in the back of my head that I have a zipper.
Ooh.
Don't unzip it. You want to keep your brains inside the skull.
Inside the skull.
So yeah.
Well, hello, Rita. It's nice to see you It's nice to see you again.
Hey, Rita.
Hey, Rita. So what are you drinking?
Rita's a big water drinker. Yeah.
I already said I'm drinking the same as I'm always drinking. Oh, what's Rita drinking? Water. Ow. Yeah, I mean, it's been 2 weeks. Not a whole lot's happened in my side of the world, other than life in general, and my own little pocket universe in my house, because nothing's really going on here. I take it back. I rented my room out to a cousin, so there we go. I now have a full house.
You now have one person in your house able to pay the rent.
I mean, yes, but you don't have rodents.
I have cats. They take care of the rodents.
And the stray
hunters. These cats are hunters.
Oh, I bet. So
it is August now, and as I saw on a meme, Neem, August starts with ow. Which
August.
is also what autumn starts with, which
Yeah, but
means
it's more like
With
it's spooky time. Spooky.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Spooky.
Spoopy.
So we
We have to be careful, man. Watch out for this.
We can start talking about Halloween and Halloween props and building
Avoiding
things.
the whole pumpkin spice thing.
As I've heard, stores are already carrying Halloween's decor now. Halloween is now starting.
They start carrying them early all the time. Yeah, every time.
I think they were pretty much sold out of everything else in their stores. So like, well, we might as well just throw this on the shelves. They might buy it now too.
Hey, if you're up for going to the dollar stores, the good stuff.
Yep, they got some good stuff.
The good stuff does not stick around long, so get it early.
No, it doesn't.
And now is early.
Yeah, it's early time.
Yeah.
So get your skeleton bats and
Hey, I got some little bat lights and ghost lights, but they're string lights. I got those. Those are pretty cheap, and they run on batteries, and they're pretty cool.
I love.
They're not very long, but they're pretty cool.
Light Christmas.
Yeah, I have those. I have the Halloween ones.
Yeah, I used to throw the purple ones all over my desk when I was doing a lot of streaming and whatnot. I'm just like, it's just so happy looking. I don't know what's wrong with me.
So we got the candy stored up apparently.
Yeah, and of course,
not exciting.
I got to get the store up on candy.
Sorry, the best time to buy candy is the day after Easter and the day after Halloween. Those are the best days to buy candy because everything goes on sale.
That's true. Yeah.
Halloween is really the day after Halloween.
I mean,
half price candy day.
And for as for the pumpkin pie stuff, I love pumpkin, but the pumpkin spice not so much. It just says straight up pumpkin pie, not too much spice in it. I just like.
I love allspice,
but the pumpkin spice gets ridiculous.
I just saw an advertisement for Dairy Queen's pumpkin spice cookie butter milkshake.
What?
That
sounds dead awful.
So that look pretty good, though.
I'll try it.
Yeah, I'll give it a try.
If it comes in Blizzard,
what was it, Dairy Queen?
I will try everything.
Dairy Queen, yes.
Yeah,
Dairy Queen. I'll keep that in mind next time I'm out and about.
Like 2 weeks ago, and I got their Oreo cheesecake, but the problem is they didn't stick any Oreos in it, and I was already halfway down the road. And I'm like, I only got cheesecake.
You just got cheesecake, huh?
Cheesecake. I got cheesecake Blizzard. I mean, I'm still not out. I'm just slightly down about the fact that Oreos. It's Oreos I wanted to get in. Like, I love Oreo.
You sure they weren't all on the bottom of it or something?
No, they don't. I wish they would teach their people to shove the cup all the way up into the stirring machine so that you don't just stir the 5 inches at the top. You get the whole cup and that just have soft serve at the bottom.
I've been learning to make my own shakes. I've been making Dr. Pepper shakes on my own. Because I like to Dr.
Pepper shake.
Because Whataburger has Dr. Pepper shakes, and I like them. But I decided I wanted to try to make my own, and I make them. It took me 3 attempts. The third time, I got it perfect.
I didn't even know you owned a blender.
Good. I do.
You own a blender.
I do own a blender.
You know what you can do with that blender? You can make martini. You mean not martini? You can make margaritas with a blender. That's a good recipe.
Yeah.
You have to have
Actually,
a
margarita shake.
Speaking of that, Taco Cabana right now they got 1,000 different flavors for margaritas right now, and the way they're doing it is they serve you a cup of whatever slushy you order, and then you get a thing of tequila with it, and you can
a separate little thing.
Separate little thing because they're not allowed to have a liquor license the same way. They're allowed to sell it, but they're not allowed to mix it to you right now. Do the whole issues going on.
Hilarious.
They have a Dr. Pepper margarita, and I have been off and on about wanting to try this thing.
That sounds awesome.
I'm intrigued.
It sounds
going to work. Very Texan, doesn't it? Let's just take a margarita.
Yeah, definitely Texas.
Dublin Dr. Pepper.
Definitely Texan.
Make an alcoholic, shoot my gun in the air while I drink it, and wave my American flag. Well, Texas flag, and the American flag. We got to do. There's a succession to this.
And while yelling "yeehaw."
Yeah, at the oncoming monsoon that's arriving.
I remember that guy in the news a long time ago, yeah, or meme or whatever it was. I don't know.
Texas flag and a shotgun. You see the wave coming over the top of the. Yeah.
Oh wow, we have completely gone off the rails.
We really have. gotten ahead of ourselves.
That's okay. It's all good. It's all fun. I've done my homework, guys. Have you done your homework? I have 2 things. You guys want to go first? Who wants to go first? I went first last time.
I can go first.
No volunteers? I'm volunteering Jack then. Jack goes first. What's your homework? What steampunk thing have you discovered those last 2 weeks?
I got 2 things. I don't know if you want to know like steampunk news or the thing I found that I've watched on YouTube that I thought was fantastic.
Let's go with the news first.
News first. All right, this comes from a website called the Steampunk Explorer.
Oh, I know that.
I've heard
I know that website.
Mm-hmm. It's actually a really good source, but it's mostly overseas stuff.
I'm sorry, I had someone like, is it okay to turn the light on? I'm like, yeah, sure, go for it. But yeah, it's really cool. I actually have been looking at it. This came out June 26th, and I don't think they've got a newer one yet. I think they've kind of gone monthly. I could be wrong, but they have kind of a roundup of what's going on. One of the things is talking about a lot of major steampunk conventions going on, because look up steampunk, like straight up, very few things actually pop up other than every convention known to man. And so they're talking about, there's one in UK, in Lincoln, UK. They're doing a virtual convention where they have very few people show up. You're allowed to get, like, anyone can just go and click on their link during the time period and go do the whole convention. Apparently they're setting up webcams everywhere and whatnot for it. So that's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah,
and
because a lot of conventions have been going online lately.
Yeah. You know. And so if you want more information about that, go to the Asylum Facebook group for updates. Interesting. I don't know. I go to the Steampunk
Asylum Facebook group. Okay.
Yeah, apparently there's a Steampunk Asylum. I'll have to go find that one. Sounds like my kind of people.
Don't get stuck in there.
The Coldwater Steampunk... cute. The Coldwater Steampunk Festival is one of Canada's largest steampunk events, and it's also going online through August 7th and 8th in Ontario. There will be no crowds or vendors. The organizers, instead, there will be a combination of online content and community collaborative art installations and heritage exhibits. That's going to be interesting. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that's going to roll out. And of course, they've got
like a lot of the. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, go on.
I was saying a lot of the comic book conventions that, or the normal, the big Hollywood conventions like San Diego Comic-Con or stuff like that. They usually have like guests on panels, but now they're having them online. It's like, you can have a chit chat with them online. Or if you buy a ticket, you can have a personal conversation with them. Stuff like that.
That's pretty cool.
So, but
I mean, as things go,
going online.
Yeah. I mean, as long as it's not like this, where you have like 3 people, is about as far as or 3 to 4 people is as far as I can go on this. Because the moment you start talking over each other, it's like, it's hard to tell what's going on.
Exactly.
But yeah, so apparently, here's another big one. The game developer, Ready at Dawn Studios, best known for their steampunk world, The Order of 1886, has been acquired by Facebook. The developer will become part of Facebook's Oculus Studios group, which creates content for the Oculus virtual reality hardware piece. And let's see here. The game actually came out in 2015 for the PlayStation 4, but it has been the focus of VR games for the Oculus platform because it is so pretty. And you're wandering around like a dirty looking version of like London in the 1880s, and there's like airships and whatnot. So the fact that the company's flagship product is the steampunk game, and now Facebook is buying it for the fact they want to turn it virtual reality, and that's their goal.
That's kind of cool.
And they got money now.
Facebook money? No. That's pretty cool. A virtual reality world, steampunk world. That could be pretty fun. I've heard stories like there's another one. There's a platform out there. It's not Oculus, I don't think, but you can use your Oculus as long as it's a 3D glasses thing. But there's like a whole, like a Starship Enterprise or Star Trek world where you can just sit there like a museum and walk around and talk to people, and
they also come up with like a couple Bridge Commander games, and I know they've gone to conventions where you can sit down, put on the stuff, and it's like a virtual bridge. There's a couple of other games like that that've done that, and none of them are popping up.
I think I played something similar.
Yeah. Like there's one that I like the idea of where you have 5 friends and 4 consoles and the captain, and everyone who has a console is actually on the computer, and everyone has to feed the captain information, but the captain doesn't get a screen, which I think he should get a screen, but not the screen, not everything. So it works as a group. You can only go on the good information given by other people. And I think that was a very interesting direction for it. I would like to see an airship version of that. I think very
one of the games I played a long time ago. Sorry, I keep walking over you. My bad.
Fax is just
so one of the games I played a long time ago was very similar to what you had said. We all sat down in an area. We had our computers. They were all linked together somehow, and we had one basically in Star Trek. I had that big screen in front of the bridge. Yeah. We had a big TV in front, basically the top screen. And that's what the captain saw. And we were all giving orders, and I had control of the torpedoes, the weapons console and stuff like that. Someone else had the engines. It's pretty fun. And the captain's giving us orders, shoot, fire. Yeah, I think so.
I would love to do more of that again.
I've only played it once. And I loved it. It was fun. Yeah, but a steampunk version of that would be interesting too. If it's like on an airship, can pull this lever, stuff like that.
There is a game that tried to accomplish it in a way where you have first person and third person. There's 4 people on a ship, or 3 to 4 people on a ship, depending on how big the ship was. And you could run around to different stations. So you had the one that was driving, you had the ones that did different gunning, and you had the ones that ran around with a hammer and repairing things with a hammer, because, or a wrench. You just sit there, bang it until it's fixed, which fits pretty well. And I'm trying to remember. I'm actually looking it up right now since I brought it up, because there's not. It's called Guns of Icarus online. You can get it on Steam, and I think there's also
Guns of Icarus.
Yeah, they've been around a while, and I'm not totally sure they're still really active, sadly, but they're kind of their breadth of the game. They didn't get to do everything they wanted to do with it. However, I'm going to finish my article here real quick. Now we're going back.
Okay, sorry,
my back on track here. Nah, it's fine. Victor Sierra, the Steampunk Diesel band from France, will be visiting Steampunk and Goth Facebook groups, doing virtual tours, and they'll be playing music. And so they have different places they'll be doing that. And there's a couple of communities listed here: the World of Goth, the Gothic community, and other Facebook pages. They've also been in Steam Chest. We've actually, before they became popular or really known over in America, Lex found them and said they need to be in our box. And so we contacted them, and they were so thrilled that they had Americans and wanting to even be interested in us, and so they sent us a bunch of CDs that we sent out a while back. And
cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. I like to hear that they're doing pretty well, and apparently they got a campaign going on, so more interesting about that.
I think they have 2 of their CDs. And
what's their name again?
Victor Sierra.
Victor Sierra. I'll post it here.
And one of the members, there's 3 members. I think one of the members is on the Austin Steampunk group on Facebook.
Oh, really?
I don't think he pays attention. I think he just spams it with stuff sometimes.
Gotcha.
But
maybe he might be watching.
Yeah. Marketing.
Yep.
But they're a cool band. They're kind of a hard edge techno, but French. So you get a little Frenchy in the punk kind of sound there. They're pretty cool.
A little more hardcore though, which is what I like. It. It's kind of a more, it's what you expect from a steampunk French diesel punk band. A little more hardcore.
That was one of your things. Was that one or just 2 of your things? What was that? How many was that?
That was one.
That was the news.
That was one. Okay.
That
was the news.
Before we move on, I just want to thank you for bringing up the Steampunk Explorer, because I love that website. The guy's out of California, and if you get on their mailing list, they'll email you on a monthly or more basis with upcoming things and news. And if you're part of their Patreon, throw them a $1 a month or whatever, you'll get more content from them.
Really?
And he doesn't have very many Patreon supporters. I feel like he does a really good service to the community for those who subscribe, which is free. And he deserves a few bucks.
Yeah,
he deserves a few bucks.
Feel that.
That is all. That's what I wanted to
Although
throw
I
in.
remember, I remember one time a long time ago, he was listing different steampunk conventions around the town, around the U.S., and he did not put Steampunk November on there. And I sent him a note saying, "Hey, don't forget Steampunk November," and he never fixed it. He never added it on there. I don't know what he has against Steampunk November. Which leads me into another bit of a small. Speaking of convention news, Steampunk November has officially canceled for the year.
Yeah,
I think I saw. If you're on any kind of steampunk FB site, you probably saw Steampunk November is not going to be on.
They have not updated their website yet. It's on their Facebook. I actually went to their website looking because I think it was another steampunk website I was looking up earlier, and they had a list of like ones that have been canceled, but there's nothing saying it's canceled. And I sent a word to the owner of the page. We'll see if they update it or not. But information needs to flow, and I know Steampunk November hasn't put any splash page up yet saying that don't buy tickets, but you can still donate so they can continue building on to the facility during this time.
Which is a great site. The more they build, the better it is.
It's the Steampunk Renaissance Fair is what it really is turning into, and we need it to be bigger. It needs to be better, and it is fantastic. Okay, so I've already went with the news. If Thax would like to go, and then I can do my other presentation, we can do that, or I can do mine.
A good idea. No, go for it. Let's rotate, because I got two things also. So Thax, then me, then you.
Okay. All right. I don't know that I have anything new, but hopefully I'll be able to share something that you haven't seen before. Most of the time, I think that's probably where I'm going with this anyway. Hello. Victoria Schultz says, they posted on Steampunk Journal. Sorry for the cancellation. Okay, well, thanks, Victoria. We're getting the news out there just like you are.
Hey, Mick. Yeah, I know.
We're our best.
Come to Texas to have the Steampunk Renaissance Fair. I know Maryland has got some good good Renaissance fairs though.
Okay, sorry.
You're good.
No.
So we're stuck at home. We're not doing a whole lot. We're looking for things we can maybe build or make something within our reach, or maybe. And I find that more often than not, what I like to do is watch someone else make something. Rather than do it myself. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Let's see.
Yeah.
It's a lot less effort to watch someone else than to actually do something like that. So, building stuff is hard sometimes. Like I started renovating my stairway, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of building of stuff around the house too, and
add that to the stream. Here we go.
So Pinterest is obviously the first place to go for inspiration, or looking at other people's builds and seeing what you could be making if you weren't lazy like I am. But today we're talking about steampunk lamps. Not because I need a lot of lamps, but because there's a lot of, a lot of glass fittings and plumbing parts that you can easily get from the hardware store that which you should certainly be able to make something interesting out of them. So Pinterest is always a good first place to go.
I love,
just
blows my mind.
But
this reminds me of the steampunk lamp factory in San Marcos. That's probably gone. Lamp factory. They were a good place.
So I was looking at stuff like this and thinking that is way cool and more components that I'd care to buy. But there's this show on YouTube called The Banjo Show. Oh. I have not seen any banjos on this show, but they will. The guy who was promoting this show, who's doing this, makes all kinds of stuff, not just lamps, but definitely makes lamps and brass fittings and crazy cool stuff. I'm not gonna.
Wow. Maybe the guy's name Banjo? Is that why it's called the Banjo Show?
I have no idea, because there's no talking. You just watch him work, and there's some music behind it that I'm not going to play here because we don't own it.
Right.
It's not particularly good music anyway. But you know, you see him wire stuff up.
Mhm.
So you get to see how he does the electronics. You also get to see how he puts together the fittings and all the stuff.
Wow.
And it's just kind of soothing to watch somebody work real hard while you don't.
I understand that.
And his one stream time, like he has these like stream builds where it's like, you know, he sits down and he'll during the stream build something in front of you while just having casual conversation with whatever else is going on, and it's just it's like it's soothing. He'll sit there and build Legos, and it's just fun because he's sitting there talking to another guy building Legos. But yeah.
So this guy,
I like Adam Savage.
Look at this thing! Look at this thing he put together.
That is crazy. Wow.
And honestly, I assume he's got plans from the start to do this because I don't see how he could have just, you know, picked the pieces and go, well, I guess this goes here and maybe I'll shove that there and come up with this thing.
Probably had that cool like glass tube thing, and he's like, I'm going to build something inside this, and they made it fit.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
for those of you who are not watching live and are going to listen to this later on the podcast stream without the video, Dax will be putting up a link to these videos.
Of course.
Yes.
So right now we're watching the Banjo Show on YouTube, and I just picked a video out randomly, and it's got all of these coils and bulbs and old vacuum
doodads.
Vacuum tubes that he has gutted and put lights inside this glass bell, and it's shiny brass and wood panel.
That's really cool.
It's way better than I could ever do, but since I can't do it, at least I can watch somebody else do it really, really well.
And you feel like you've learned something.
I learned not to even try that.
It's like I can't do that. That's pretty cool, though.
He's working with a lathe and all kinds of hardware. What I'm looking for the word
tools and whatnot.
Yeah, tools and equipment that I don't have and wouldn't know what to do with if I had them. But I guess now I know what I could do with them if I did have them.
Yeah, it's one of the things I've noticed. Like a lot of people, they show, hey, we're going to throw this together and do this, this, and this, and like, then you see them using all these tools. Like, I can't afford those tools. I can't do that.
Whoa!
Stop doing that.
What is that?
It's called Inception.
Okay.
Sharing the screen.
How do I have music
Okay,
playing?
I guess I'm going to do my turn.
All right.
I have another graphic novel. This is an all ages graphic novel. So this is for anybody who has kiddos and they like steampunk, or you want to try to get your kiddo into steampunk. This is a good one. It's just straight up called Steam.
Oh, I've seen that one.
And here I think I have it here. Wait, what happened?
You broke it?
Well, I'm trying to.
Oh, you're
trying to figure out how to share now.
So you got to click on the picture of the screen inside the window, and then hit share.
Oh, okay. And then, right. Hold on. There it is. That's not it.
It's a different screen. There we go.
This is harder than I thought it was. Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
I can't see it.
You can't see
so
it.
Anyway,
we can see
all
it.
Right, but you can see it. Okay. Steam, trade paperback. Basically, it's a young boy named Arlo escapes his abusive guardians on Earth through an intergalactic portal to the steam-powered planet of Pother. While there, he discovers that his long-lost father inadvertently helped a powerful corporation from Earth in their effort to deplete the planet's resources. In an attempt to set things right, Arlo joins a small group of resistors from Pother as they work to both remove this dangerous organization from their world and protect the planet's indigenous beings. Through this epic adventure, Arlo discovers his own self-worth and perhaps even his life's ultimate destiny. It's just a fun little adventure. They save the world, or a world. the kid named Arlo. He has his friends. And he runs across various types of people, and it's just it's a nice little fun adventure. I kind of think of it like I don't know, kind of like Wizard of Oz, except not as like Dorothy goes into Oz and goes on an adventure and saves the land kind of thing, something like that. But but steampunk, and it's just really cool. So if you have kids and you want them, yeah, you get it at Dark Horse Comics. I think you saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will have to check it out
by Dark Horse Comics. It's a graphic novel. I don't think it was ever single issues. It just came out straight as a graphic novel. It was never single issues. So this is the only way you can get it. And the artwork's pretty decent. I like the artwork.
Full
they
color.
There's like clockwork. It's full color. It's like if you have like clockwork. They have like clockwork horses. Clockwork giants. It's all kinds of clockwork fun. I don't know. I mean, it says it's all ages. There's a little bit of kind of not really exactly zombie action, but they're not like disgusting looking zombies. So there's some. But I don't know how if your kid's sensitive to that kind of thing, you might want to look at it ahead of time.
Okay, but I mean, like Minecraft zombies, they just kind of sit there and go. Whoa.
Well, they're basically they were basically dead people who have been possessed by the inhabitants of the world because they don't have people from the world of this world don't have physical bodies, but they can inhabit a dead body.
Gotcha.
Whoa.
So I mean, they're not like dangerous zombies, but they're just they're kind of drawn, kind of like, so I don't know. It depends on how sensitive your child is. Just take a look at it ahead of time. But yeah, I remember I saw this advertised on Facebook by the artist and the writer, and so I ordered it, and I got an autographed copy because I ordered it from them directly. Written by Drew Ford. Colors by art and lettering by Dwayne Leslie and colors by Eva de la Cruz.
Very nice.
Dark Horse Comics. Just a fun all around adventure. So if you're looking for something for your children, this is a good one. That's all. That's how I got this time. I have another one, but now it's back to you, Jack.
Okay.
What's your second one?
I have a friend from the UK who sent me a link to a video. Are any of you familiar with the YouTube channel Dust, like the sci-fi, the shorts, whatnot?
I am.
I've heard of it.
If you like sci-fi, if you like short story sci-fi, you will be stuck there for hours, if not days, watching every little short because each one is a very unique. Some of them are better than others. Some of them are really terrible. And like, obviously they had a great idea, but the writing was the best part, or they didn't have the great. It's short stories. I love them. I eat them up. I'm one of those people who go and grab like the 100 short stories, of the year book and just, read it all the way through and enjoy every moment of it. This one popped out at me because it's dust punk. Diesel punk, I guess, actually, but I like it because it fits almost with if it had an airship in it, it'd be just fine. It is called The Ocean Maker, and let's see if you can show the screen. Yeah, share screen.
Ooh.
This one. I'm not going to show it all the way. I'm just going to show little screenshots of it. All right, let's see here.
All righty.
There we go. And so it's made by these people, and it starts off with like this lighthouse. And at first I thought this was an actual like video, like recording or like an actual shot of someplace. But it turns out,
it looks real.
It's not. It is completely CG. And I saw this complete like 50 seconds in, this catches my mind, my eye. I'm like, oh, this was an ocean. And someone decided to take a missile submarine and turn it into a city. You already have my attention. And then this pops up. And this thing's gorgeous. I don't know what it is. It's vaguely like right after World War II British bombers / air like naval airplane. And apparently you're just kind of watching her fly around, and then she starts getting chased. She's going for this this cloud here, and then these pirates pop up, and I was hoping to get a shot of the pirates. And I don't want to by any means spoil what goes on, but the pirates start coming out after her and start chasing her and shooting her down, and they're having these big cloud catching devices. There's no water, and so they're going after the clouds. They're cloud hunters in essence. And I don't know, for 9 minutes and 40 seconds, I was enthralled, and I really, really enjoyed it.
It looks fun.
And I think you guys should check it out. It's just kind of a short story. And if you like World War II airplanes and the whole idea of like kind of Dune-esque, there's no water, and then piracy, it hits all my buttons.
It's all there, man.
All there, and I was really enjoying it. I'm like, I want more. Give me more. I kind of want to write my own story in a world like this. It'd be great.
I think you should do it. And if you can write it as a podcast script, I'll produce it.
I'm not, I don't know how to write as a script, but I'm sure we can figure it out.
Something. Because I'm looking for another podcast to produce. Right now I have Saul Ravencraft I'm trying to get his 2 done, but this whole isolation and not being able to get together and record, and it's really slowing things down.
All right, so what would it take to do a recording? Because obviously I have a voice, I have a nice microphone here, and if you needed another guy,
yeah, I mean, I'll keep you in mind. Right now, all the roles are filled. Just trying to get them to do their job or do what they say they're going to do is the hard part.
Do it, then recast.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
I know.
It's hard.
I can't recast Saul Ravencraft. It's his script.
Sorry. It's hard to tell somebody they're fired when they were volunteering in the first place.
True. That's true.
It's also hard.
That's very true.
It's one of those things of, I'll double your pay. You're not paying me anything. Triple it.
Yeah. But like I said, and it's Saul's script, and it's his IP.
Okay.
So I'm producing it for him, and he's the one I can't get him to record his lines. That's the hard part.
Oh.
But he has generally good excuses for the most part. It's just time goes by faster when you're waiting for something.
Yep, it is.
So that was Dust. I think I saw that on my Roku as a channel I can download. Dust.
Really? I love it.
Yeah.
Like if you get 10, 20 minutes, sometimes they're 30 minutes long, but most of them are very, very short. Oh, there's another one too where I can't remember the name of it, but it was really funny because it wasn't what you would expect. This dude, just kind of this ordinary Joe Schmo guy, gets abducted by aliens, and he's in this room, and it's like a lawyer's office. And he's like, all right, he's a scumbag lawyer, basically. And he has been chosen to represent his planet with this massive mega corporation that's supposed to roll up. And they're going to basically hostile take over all the water. They're just going to take all the water from it. And he's like, I am way out of my league here. I don't know what I'm doing. And then, like, as he's basically being forced to sign this document, he gets this little, like, wait a minute. He starts reading the document. Like, they're trying to, like, force pressure him to do it right then, right now. You got to do it or else you're, all this stuff, basically, this is really pretty woman who's telling him to do all this, just forcing him into it. And finally, he kind of gets this, like, wait a minute. And turns around and starts just, like, finally, the shock is now gone. And he is turned into a full-blown awesome lawyer and just defends humanity. And it is a great one. I'll go find it. It is so fun. It's just stupid things you'd never think of that you run across on that show, on that channel that I just love.
I'll have to look into that. Yeah, that looks like fun. Sounds like fun. Like I said, I saw it. I think I briefly downloaded it once, and then I wasn't in the right mindset, so none of it made any sense to me. So I just said forget it. But now that I know what I'm looking for.
Yeah, there is no connection to each video between each other. They're all done by different people. It's kind of like Death, Love, and Robots on Netflix, which is another one that was very much.
I watched that one. Yeah.
It's like someone took those skits and turned them into 1 hour or 25-minute or whatever it is. Like here's some real money. Let's redo this and do it the way you want to, and then we'll stick it on Netflix. And I'm looking forward to another season of that.
I think I just found the video you're talking about.
Oh, what's it called?
It's called Final Offer.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is worth watching. You'll love it.
And the decor in the room, it's very It feels very vintage.
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't say it was steampunk. They have light bulbs, but
It feels
leatherback chairs and books and big
feels
desks.
like a 1930s or 40s like expensive office, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So it has that what's the ostentatious, not ostentatious and ghastly per se, but that's stereotypical like expensive brass and like marble wall kind of thing, or dark emerald wall. But yeah, it was fun. Oh.
Okay, so that was your second one, and Thax, you don't have anything. You said you had another for later on. You said
No, I
something
don't
else
have to wait for
another
another
podcast.
I have to gather my screens.
No worries. Well, I got a second one.
I didn't know everybody.
I've got yet another. Well, because I don't talk. I don't know. I just do two comics. This one is called Cantu or Cantu. It's from IDW. Let me share this screen now. Share screen. There. Oh. Can you see that?
No.
Oh. You got to push the share.
Okay, then I missed it.
Hit share.
Oh yeah, share. Duh. I'll figure this out one of these days. All right, there you go. Now can you see that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, Cantu. If I Only Had a Heart. That's the collected edition. I have. It's a 6 issues series. 6 separate issues. It's called If I Only Had a Heart. And let me see. Cantu's adventure begins here. Enslaved for generations, Cantu's people once had hearts. Now they have clocks. When slavers damage a little tin girl's clock beyond repair, Cantu must brave his strange and fantastic world to bring back her heart. Can he overcome the dangers that await to save the one he loves? This is an all-ages fables inspired by Wizard of Oz and Dante's Inferno. Part fantasy, part adventure, and all heart. It's a little tin knight. As you can see him there. He's a knight. That's his face. He's not wearing a helmet. They all have clockwork hearts, the little guys. And this one of the women he works with, her heart was damaged. Her clock was damaged, and so he went looking to get her actual heart back. Her physical. And it's an adventure, and he goes off and he has adventures and little battles here and there, and he fights an evil wizard in the end, and it's really cool. And it's definitely definitely Wizard of Oz. Also, they had I don't see it here. I think I see it toward the bottom there. Cantu and the Clockwork Fairies. That's a one-shot that came out recently. You can go to your local comic shop and get it, or you can buy it here. This is just a one-shot of him. He has a little adventure, and he runs across a witch who's doing bad things to these little fairy folks, making them into like clockwork fairies. Changing their wings out, stuff like that. And he saves them. It's a really good little fantasy adventure, and I think it's really cool. Stop sharing. Back to life. That's up from IDW. You can get it on that website, or you can go to your local comic shop, and they'll probably have some copies. But those are two all age. That's another all ages comic there. One's a little bit more adventure-y, knights in shiny armor kind of stuff. Fights a dragon, stuff like that. Yeah.
Now, are we going to talk about your jacket, sir?
My jacket? What about my jacket?
You look like you made it out of newsprint. I love it.
It is pretty cool. I'll see that in person.
Yeah, one of my friends, one of the guys I work with, sometimes he likes to wear jackets when he's over his work shirt. And he accidentally bought another one of these. He had one of these, and he bought an extra one, and he just gave it to me because I looked at it, and when I saw him wearing it, I'm like, that's freaking awesome! I want one of those. And so he got it to me. He gave it to me because he had an extra.
That's cool.
And I've been trying to build another outfit around it. I got my derby hat, and I'm gonna get I have some suspenders I need to learn how to wear.
Going around being a news reporter.
Exactly. Kind of thing.
Where did you get it?
Like thing is
somewhere online. He wasn't very specific.
Swizzle stick straw pencil pen with like
I'm thinking and that camera that I ordered that I showed last time. Carrying that around.
And you just interview people at a convention. And it's like, and literally that would be fun. And then you have things to talk about on the podcast. You talk about these people in the conversation.
That was my plan, but
I'm sorry. I brought your plan out in the open. Everyone now knows.
Oh, no worries. Right? Oh no. It'll be another year before anybody sees me live, in person.
I know.
So.
Maybe. Who knows? This may
Well,
never.
thank you, Rita. It's a very nice jacket, she says.
I like that jacket. I kind of want one.
And I have tried reading it, and some of it starts off like it's okay, but then it just goes into mumbo jumbo. They're not actual articles, I'm sad to say. So, but if you want to try reading my jacket, that's fine.
I would make a jacket like that, but I'd only use like articles for serial killers. Or like strange stuff like UFO sightings, or it have to be like one of those things that only if you really pay attention would you actually start reading it. Would it be like, this is random? What?
Like right here, there's one, the last part of this one, it says, himself into the narrative, drooped in bits of his own poetry, even included a picture of himself riding on a donkey in Mexico as he retraced. It's like,
just on a horse with no name, just being happy he's out of the rain.
A salesman cuss even loved that he cons shabby overprice. I mean, it's just stuff like that.
They probably just used one of your generators to come up with just random words to put in like strings, just filler.
Yeah,
like websites and
exactly.
stuff. It's pretty cool. I mean,
I enjoy it. It's a fun jacket.
I think that is really cool.
Of course, I need to get a better hat. Once again, I'm in. This is one of those cheap Halloween hats. I need an actual derby.
Getting a hat
that fits nice.
I have been on this weird search to see if I can replace this. Not that I really want to replace it.
I like your hat though.
I love my hat, but but being a hat lover, you're always like looking for a new hat. You're like just one of those. Yes, it's a long journey to find the right next hat.
I completely and absolutely agree with that.
They literally walked up to me going, "I'll pay you like for your hat right now." And I'm like, first off, I know in my mind, like everyone has a price, and so I'm like, well, how much? And they're like $100. I'm like, no. First off, this was I'm not telling you how much I paid for it, but that is like seriously low bidding it. And then they're like 500. I'm like, oh, that's a little bit of money. And then 1,000, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, I can't part even for $1,000. I'm not parting with this hat.
Somebody offers you $1,000 for your hat.
Yeah, I know, right? It's not worth $1,000. But it was all like gear and junk on it. He's like, just take it off and hand it to me for $1,000. And he like had his wallet.
Wow.
Like, what? You just wander around with $1,000 in your wallet? I'm gonna mug you later.
I have a hard time finding a hat that fits me properly. That's for sure.
And I don't know, it's the key to my character. It's the hat and like the vest most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I wandered around a convention there for a while, and there was a guy who had a hat that was like similar to mine, and he had the same goggles, and he was also wearing like black and red gear, like black and red, like over like he had a vest that was red and a shirt that was black, and so from like afar it looked like me because apparently he's like of similar stature in the glasses, and I would like walk into a room and he'd already be leaving, and people would be like, "Oh, I just." What do you mean?
Oh man, that messed with people for sure.
He was messing with everybody for like 2 days, and finally, Jim was like, "So you have a doppelganger?" And I'm like, "We need to shoot him immediately." And it's really distressing because I'm arresting the wrong people, and so I finally ran into like we like had our group of friends with Lex and everybody else that was rolling with us, my whole posse essentially, and like roaming around looking for this guy specifically, and then like cornered him and literally had almost like a show. Like, why are you being an imposter? Who are you working for? Right. Just like a complete storyline thing, and he is like, I don't know, I'm lost, I don't know what I'm doing, blah blah blah. Like his whole character was basically just, I'm a rich kid who ran away, and so now everyone thinks that I'm this weird criminal guy. And I'm like, this is deeply disturbing on too many levels. And that's actually your storyline. Literally,
if he's a rich kid,
punk crime lord.
If he was the rich kid and you're the criminal guy, then you can go the whole Prince and the Pauper thing. You can swap places with him.
Exactly.
And take his money.
I now have a fall guy for getting thrown in jail. It's like, I swear it's
Right.
not me. But it was really funny to actually do a real life version of that, and he had some good gear. But I mean, it was not my hat per se. I mean, it was obviously a black cowboy style, but it didn't have like quite the lift and the it was interesting.
But from a distance, though,
it was fun.
That's funny. That is hilarious.
He was a cheap knockoff Jack. Yeah, he was a Kmart brand.
Oh man, that reminds me. There was a long time ago, and I actually went to an Acon. I know, Sax, you probably know Flynn. Remember Flynn?
Sure.
Yeah, redhead. But I was at Acon, and I swear to God, I thought it was Flynn. Looked just like the man. Went up and started talking to him like he was Flynn, because Flynn knew me, and got closer to the guy, and I started talking to him. When he started talking is when I realized this is not Flynn, because the guy was like, "Who is?" Apparently, I wasn't the only first guy to come up to him and started talking to him, thinking he was Flynn. This guy was completely and absolutely fed up with it. It's like, leave me alone. I am not this Flynn guy. What the hell is going on here?
You're gonna
he did not take it friendly. He was not friendly about it. He was getting mad.
That is hilarious,
you dude. Very unFlynn.
Yeah, that's the one Flynn. Yeah,
like Flynn, man, and you ruined it.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago. But I still remember that because, like, what the? Oh wow!
That's hilarious.
Oh wow! Wow! Well, time is flying. We're already at 51 minutes, so we're coming up on an hour already.
We have anyone
I think we're any last comments? Yeah, any last comments from anybody? I know we have 3 people watching us. Victoria, Rita, Mike or Mick. Sorry,
Mick. It's Mick Ryder. I know
Jack
that man.
Someone or other.
Yeah, I'm watching it too. Hey, I forgot to turn it off. I was linking it to the Steam Chest website.
No worries. So like, I don't want to have any other comments at the moment, other than I'm sad to hear that Steampunk November has decided to not be going on this year, but that'll just make them better next year.
Yep.
Because they'll have more time to prep.
Thing to do. I mean,
definitely, for sure.
It would not be appropriate to attempt it in this situation we're in.
Of the conventions to go to, a steampunk convention's safer than some because everyone's wearing masks. We have face gear and we wear gloves.
Although that one time I went to Dickens on the Strand, and there was a lady out there in the Steampunk Alley selling like gas masks or whatever, and she was like, "Hey, come, can you buy this?" Like, what? And I'm like, "What? And cover up all this? I wouldn't want to take." But now I should cover up all this for everybody's safety.
I for years have been wanting to make a mask to carry around. I'm like, where am I going to put it though? I need to like have a gas mask pouch or something built into my vest so I can just like hold it out and do the thing for like, the RP reasons. Cause for gassing somebody, my character's probably in on it. So, I'm going to be there going, "Hey, how you doing?" Or "Give me your shit." But that's usually the character thing. So I haven't come up, but now I'm sitting here and all this going, and I am the one that doesn't have a custom facial now, and I've waited too long. So
yeah, I was wanting one because I was making a pilot's outfit, with a long flowing scarf and all that kind of stuff. I wanted one, because for the bottom of my bottom mask. Yeah, but I couldn't get it done. I couldn't get it done. But now that's something to aspire to still.
Have time. You should watch a video or something and get inspired.
Right. Well, thank you. Well, okay, Victoria.
I gotta share this real quick. I just that's what I get for goofing around on the internet. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this. This is it just popped up. I swear. Is it showing? Can you see me? Is it?
Yeah, I can see you. I can't see whatever you're trying to show us.
Flavio, hit the. No. What am I doing wrong? I don't know.
What'd you do? Did you break it?
It says I'm sharing the screen. I
And
see
it's
it
not
there.
shot.
I'm still moving. What is that?
You have 2 screens, or is this a laptop?
It's a laptop.
Hmm. Wait, why am I still here? Where'd everyone go? Why am I the only one on? I guess this is what concludes the Texas Steampunk Connection. I am Jack. That was Thax, and that was Flavio, and this was Thax. And yeah, we shall see you next week, or not next week, week after next. And oh wait, they're back. I'm not alone anymore.
Hey, sorry about that. I got disconnected.
No, it's all right. I was about to just telling everybody we were about to signing off. It was gone.
I don't know. I lost connection on my internet dropped. I don't know what happened to you, Thax.
I'm not going to try that again. It wasn't that important. I don't know.
Uh-oh. Yeah, anyway, so I was about to ask Victoria what journal she's talking about when she'll share it to the journal. That was the last thing I was trying to say before I got cut off.
First time watching, enjoyed it. Post the regular link. I'll share it to the journal. The journal.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, we're obviously going to be we're on Facebook. This will be on Facebook, Texas Steampunk Connection Facebook page. I think Jack was going to share it on his Steam Chest page. Yep. And so later in the week, it'll be on YouTube and it'll be on a podcast, on our podcast stream, Texas Steampunk Connection, and as well as we have an email, texassteampunkconnection@gmail.com. I have a Twitter, but I never look at it. I don't understand Twitter. Steampunk Journal.
Neither do some people.
Oh, Steampunk Journal and Theo. Cool. I think I had. Okay. Nice. Thank you. Thank you very much, Victoria. And other than that, I think that's everything. Please, if you guys have any comments, suggestions, talk to us. The more you interact with us, the more we can talk steampunk.
We would love to have a good chunk of time dedicated just to people in their comments. So we would love to have interactive, more interactive commentary would be great.
Yep.
Yeah, I think 8-9 years.
It is great to see those of you who have tuned into the live show and remarked. I know we're going to have more people watch this show later in the week. And we'd love you all.
Yes. Thank you very much. And until next time, mind your gauges.
Mind your gauges.
All right.